Good afternoon. I have done my first live video in my group Thought Pattern Perfectors, which is my new course that I just launched today. We will be doing 4 weeks in an online group in Facebook, and it's called Thought Pattern Perfectors. And basically, what I'm doing in here is I'm teaching people how to study their thoughts and their unconscious ways of showing up. Because once you become aware of the unconscious things that you're doing, you can actually stop doing them and you can make a permanent shift in your life. So I wanted to just come on real briefly and tell you a little bit about what we talked about today. One of the things we talked about is that, I don't know if you're aware of this, but 15% of your thoughts are the thoughts that you're actually aware of. When you're walking around, driving places, and doing things, having conversations, you're really only aware of about 15% of what's actually going on in your mind, if you can imagine that. 85% of what's going on is happening unconsciously, and those things happen and are going on while you're consciously walking around as well. So, you have this little voice in your head. It's called your inner roommate, and that's what I call it. And the inner roommate is constantly talking to you. And about 85% of the time, the inner roommate has got dialogue going on. So you'll notice as you're walking around that you may say, oh, that was stupid, why'd you do that? Or I don't really like what that person's wearing. Or wonder why that person said that to me. Maybe I didn't do this right. Or, oh, maybe I should have gone here today. Maybe I needed to donate money there. Maybe I should have tipped more. Maybe they didn't deserve more tip. I mean, there's just all kinds of conversations that we have going on in our heads at any given time. And that's really our unconscious thoughts. So think about that. 85% of what you're thinking about, you're really not even aware you're doing it. So, and then what happens is when it's really running our lives, it's really dictating how things are going to go. So we have a lot of thoughts that have come in, beliefs that we have formed based on maybe what our parents taught us, what we learned in school, what we've read about. We have all these thoughts that are driving us constantly, and they're actually keeping us from doing what we want to do, but we're not aware of them. We have a very hard time seeing what we're doing unconsciously or what we're thinking about unconsciously unless we take time to study it. Once we do study it and we can see the patterns and we can find the things that are not serving us anymore, once we're aware of them, when they pop up again, we stop doing them. So for me, I studied this when I was getting my master's degree in spiritual psychology, and it was a groundbreaker for me. It really helped me to shift the way I was showing up in the world because I was feeling really stuck, overwhelmed. I would say that I was studying ADD. My kids had ADD. I had ADD. And so I was really thinking that I was very much just ADD because I felt overwhelmed. I would call myself a whirling dervish. I would say I'm walking around like a chicken with my head cut off. And I felt like I was really never present and really never aware of who I was or what I was doing or what I was thinking. I felt different. I felt overwhelmed. I felt deep. It was really a difficult time in my life. And so at one point I finally said, I've got to go get some help. And so I started studying a little bit about mindfulness and mindset. And I started realizing that my thoughts were really creating my reality. So anyway, I just wanted to come here and tell you a little bit about the program. I wanted to tell you that if you are interested in knowing more about it, but you aren't sure you want to sign up yet, you can go to my website, www.kristentatman.com, and you can download. All you do is subscribe to my email list, and then you'll get a PDF that you can download and read about. And you can read about what we do for the next 4 weeks in this group and see if it seems like a good fit for you. You can also do this by yourself, so you don't have to be in the group. It's really helpful to be in the group because we do a lot of videos for the next 4 weeks where we talk about a lot of stuff that's showing up, like playing small, being a victim, blaming others, procrastination, fear of being seen. I'm going to be helping people who are interested in doing live videos and who are interested in really taking more action in their business and getting online and doing this sort of things. I'll be talking about why you're afraid to do that and why I was afraid to do it and how I broke through it. So anyway, I just wanted to encourage you, if you're interested in joining, we would love to have you. There will be a link. I will. This is a YouTube video, so I will put the link down on YouTube, and I'll also put a link. I'll post this to Facebook, and I'll put a link down there too, so that if you're interested in joining the group, it's only $127. It's like very inexpensive for you to become really your own therapist and to really uncover the things that you've been trying to figure out about why you're doing what you're doing, and so that you can make a permanent change in your life. So I think that's it for today, but thanks for being here, and I hope you'll join us. If this speaks to you, I would love love to have you. We're going to be getting centered, grounded, focused, living in the now, really teaching people how to let go of the anxiety and the fearful thoughts that are driving them, and to really focus on what you do have control over, which is the present time and what you're doing right now. So thanks for being here, and I hope you'll join us.